All right, good morning, grade twos. We're talking about your patterning math work. And remember, we have, oh, yeah, that's not my pen. I need the pen. Okay, we have three types of patterns. We have growing patterns, which are getting bigger. We have repeating patterns, which just repeat over and over again. So something like ABC, 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 ABC. See how I just repeat that ABC? That's why it's called a repeating pattern. And then, what do they call it? A growing pattern and a decreased shrinking pattern, getting smaller. Okay, so patterns can either grow, repeat, or shrink, which means to get tinier. Okay, so grow, repeat, shrink, grow, repeat, shrink, shrink, repeat, grow. Those are the patterns we need to know. All right, so guys, we've been doing a lot of work with numbers, and so you guys are getting pretty good at this. So 3, 6, yeah, 9. I'm not going to go through every question, but 2, 3, 4 wheels. This one I liked. I had to count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have to put a dot in to know that I already counted it. 7 of those, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I don't count this one over again because I put a little tick mark through it. Easy peasy, Bob's your uncle. Okay, this one, you're supposed to be using your fingers. So that's one strategy. You could also use a 100s chart. And you could also, at this point, be in your mind thinking, oh, well, what's the difference between 6 and 9, 7, 8, 9? That's 3. So that's 2. That's 4. You can be using your fingers, and I can't show it on a screencast, but it would be, you just put the starting number in your hand, and then you put out your thumb for the first one, and then your other finger for the next one. So the answer is 2. Well, and there's that important word, more and less. All right, so 5 to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 5 fingers showing, so I'm going to put plus 5. Because it's a pattern, I know if it's going to be plus 5 here, it's going to be plus 5 here. And then I just check. 10 plus 5, 15. Groovy. Groovy is a word that means like, hey, that's good. I don't think people use it as much anymore. Well, let's look at this. This girl says the next number is 14. How does she know? Well, between 8 and 10, you add 2. Between 10 and 12, you add 2. So she knows because at the 12, you add 2. 12 plus 2 equals 14. And so this girl is quite correct. Okay, she's making patterns by adding the same number. Okay, so here, 3 plus 10 gives me 13. Well, that means she's adding the same number. She's adding 10 again. This is kind of nice because I'm looking at the tens digit, and there's nothing in the tens digit here. Then there's 1 in the tens digit here, and now there's going to be 2, and the 3 in the ones column stays the same. Find the number that this girl adds and continue the pattern. Well, how do I get from 5 to 10? Well, I add 5, and then you can finish that. How do I get from 4 to 14? I'm adding 10. then you can continue. How do I get from 7 to 9? I add 2, and then you can continue. Okay, and everything, this circle, this will be plus 10, this will be plus 10, this will be plus 10, this is plus 10. Here, it's plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. Shrinking pattern, and a good chance to see a pizza. So, and then this pizza goes to Mr. V, and then you have 0 slices left. I do like my pizza. So 8, 7, 6, the numbers are getting smaller, and we call that shrinking. Okay, so if a person starts out this big, and then they become this big, and then they become this big, then they become this big, and then they become that big. That's a shrinking pattern. You start out bigger, smaller, 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 and then you can't even see. So shrinking patterns. Okay, put those in the compost bin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 apples. One's been eaten. That gives me 4. 2. That gives me 3. Well, I like this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. So I can tell I'm decreasing by 2s. So I should see 3, and then decrease by 2, and 1. So that was a fun one. Children waiting for a bus. They look like robots. They're standing perfectly still. Their arms are at their side. So children in a line. Here we got 4. Here we've got 2. And now waiting for the bus is 0. I assume they're inside the bus. So let's draw their heads inside the bus. Okay. Again, we can use our hands for subtracting. Put the starting number in your fist. So here you're putting 8 in your fist, and then you're subtracting. You're going, I've got 8 in my fist. Take away 1, take away 2, take away 3. I've got 3 fingers, and I have 3 less. 8 take away 3 is 5. Okay. A lot of you are getting really good with your numbers, and you're kind of going 4, 3. Well, that's minus 1. 5, 2, that's like 4, 3. 5 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 2, that's minus 3. So if you're doing it in that way, that's okay. All right, and let's do this one. Minus 7. Okay, and again, you can get a hundreds chart. Just ask me for one. I'll post. I'll either message you with one, or I'll post it in the class story. All right, let's see what this fellow is saying. It says the next number is 2. How does he know? Well, he knows 4 minus 2 equals 2. I mean, that's what he really knows, because the next is going to be minus 2 and 2. And then you could actually draw an arrow that says, take a look at this. On EQAO, I always tell the kids, draw arrows. The people who mark the math questions love arrows. Describing patterns. And this is something that we're going to have to get used to. Grade 3s are kind of used to it. They should be. You start at a certain number, and then you're going to either add or subtract some number each time. Start at something, add or subtract a number each time. So your parents should be able to wake you up in the middle of the night and say, 4, 6, 8. What's the pattern rule? Start at 4, Add 2 each time. Let me go back to sleep. All right, that's how well you have to know it. All right, so that's +2. That's +2. What did we start at? We started right there. And we were adding 2 each time. Let's go to a bigger one. Ooh. Your parents wake you up in the middle of the night and they go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And you go, start at 10. Add 10 each time. Now let me go back to sleep. Okay, so my parents never did that to me. So I'm not suggesting that this is a good strategy to wake people up in the middle of the night. Just that's how well I want you to know it. Is these numbers, they have to become like good friends that you can rely on. All right, write the number you subtract in the circles, describe the pattern. -1, start at 8, subtract 1 each time. So this page is exactly like the other one, except we are subtracting each time. So let's go to the big one. Right away we can put start at 12. Oh yeah, 12, 11, 10, that's 2. So subtract 2. Subtract 2. It's a pattern, so it's subtract 2 all the way across. 8, 6, 4, 2. That looks good. Subtract 2 each time. And they give you enough room to write on the line. I always like that. Yeah. Write the number you add or subtract in the circles. Describe the pattern. Here's the example. Always go through the example because the example is going to teach you how to do the rest. So I'm going to do this. Start at 15. 15 to 16, add 1. So I know I'm going to be adding 1 each time. 16, 17, 18, 19. Come on. What, am I in junior kindergarten? It's a little bit too easy for us, don't you think, boys, girls? Tell you what, if you put that in the comments, it's a little bit too easy, I'll buy you something at Dollarama. It's a little bit too easy. Let's take a look at the last one. Okay, we know we can fill this in right at the beginning. We're starting at 8. Then we're going to 6, and that's subtract 2, and that means every other circle is subtract 2. 6 subtract 2 is 4. 4 subtract 2 is 2. 2 subtract 2 leaves you with 0. Nothing. Subtract 2 each time. So a tricky thing might be remembering how to spell your numbers with letters. Make the pattern for the rule. So we're going to make a pattern. Start at 5 and add 1 each time. That's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, forever. Seriously? I should have given you more questions, boys and girls. Ooh, this one looks a bit better at least. Start at 16. Subtract 2 each time. Subtract 2, subtract 2, subtract 2, and subtract 2. 16, subtract 2, 14, subtract 2, 12, 10, and 8. Make your own rule. Start at 1 million. Subtract. Oops. Actually, I'm going to change that. There we go. Add 1 million each time. Ha, 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 ha. So I got the start number, which is 1 million. And then here you write add 1 million, blah, blah, blah. And so the next number is 2 million. Some people want you to put the commas between groups of 3. I'm one of those people. Add 1. Okay, that means I got 3 million. Add 1 million. That means I got 4 million. Add 1 million. And you get 5 million. Boys, girls, I promise, if I win 5 million, like in a lottery, you guys and your parents, we're going to go and fly to some island where it's sunny and warm. And we're going to stay there for 2 weeks. And it's all on me. So let Mr. V win the lottery so that we can go to a tropical paradise island. Identify patterns. Haven't I done enough? Okay, so they say write R for the repeating patterns, G for the growing patterns, S for the shrinking patterns. So it repeats, it grows, it shrinks. Really? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? What are we, 2 years old? 4, 3, 2, that's shrink. Oh, wait, no. Oh, Mr. V, you big turkey. 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2. It'd be almost like a punishment. Like, okay, listen, you're staying in at recess, and you're just going to say the repeating pattern 4, 3, 2, and that's all you're going to do at recess. That's mean. I wouldn't do that. Yeah. Oh, come on. 10, 9, 8. That's shrinking. 3, 5. That's it's growing. 3, 5, 7. 3, 5, 7. 3, 5, 7. 3, 5, 7. I am a robot. I repeat the pattern forever. Jeez. 190, 80, 70, 60. Shrink-a-rolla. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That is a growing pattern. Seriously? Okay. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. This. Why do they want? Oh, they want me to look. Here, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. That's shrinking along the top. Then in the middle, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's repeating. This is actually a good question. I like it. Got to look across here to get that. And then here, 11, 10, 9, 8, that's shrinking. So part of the pattern is shrinking. Most of the pattern is shrinking, but one little part is repeating. Okay, this top row, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, shrinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, growing. 9 plus 1, 10. 8 plus 2, 10. 7 plus 3, 10. Okay, when you've got 4 10s in a row, you kind of know. 10, 10, 10, 10. Then just check the last one. 2 plus 8, 10. Yeah, that's repeating. If I've ever seen repeating, that's repeating. Let's skip those two. Describe the pattern. Large, small, small, then repeat. This is a number pattern. Start at 1, add 2 each time. This is shapes. Large, small, small, then repeat. So let's just go here. Start at 8. What are we subtracting each time? Oh, wow. they're taking subtract 1 each time. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Start at 30. Add 10 each time. Remember, you can use all this space in here, right? So if you want to draw a picture of your friend, there's my friend, and you can, maybe you want to draw a tree. You can use that space. You can also use it for calculations. Ooh, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle, square. So I'm going to try it. Triangle, square, and I think it's then repeat. I'm going to double check though. Woohoo! Then repeat. And boys, girls, I know this seems bothersome to do these questions. You're kind of going, duh, but it is setting up your brain to recognize patterns in the future. And if you become an adult who can really recognize patterns in all sorts of different things, you're going to get yourself a nice job. Start at 5. And add 5 each time. I like how they're giving me enough room to print. Subtract 2 each time. Yay, we're done. Okay, boys, girls, I think this was a little bit, hopefully it gets trickier, because I think you guys can handle it. I think you guys are really smart. So I'm going to end this video. I hope you've checked your work. If you still have questions, leave a message or a comment below, and we'll certainly get that answered. All right, toodles.